So a lot of times when people pass, they pass into places that they didn't expect, you know, and it causes so much disillusionment. But if they knew the truth, if they knew the whole truth, they wouldn't be disillusioned, you know. They would actually know that where they are is a reflection of their soul, and all they need to do is work through their soul's emotions, and they'll get to a different place, and they'd know all of those things, you know. But because of the untruth that exists on the earth, there's this big untruth that exists here on the earth of, you know, when you die, you all of a sudden become all-knowing. You know, and that's one of the worst untruths on earth that there is, because people pass with that expectation. And imagine that, if you had that expectation in you and then passed, just how crushing it would be to find yourself in the first sphere, or in the hells of the first sphere even, for a period of time, if you believed that.
That's what my mum believed when she passed.
Yeah.
The angels were going to come and get her and take her up.
A lot of people do.
Most people do. Yeah. And then there's these New Age philosophies of when you die, you just automatically have a life review, and then you come back for the next one, right? And that teaching causes so much trouble here on earth, because a lot of people try to come back into bodies that are somebody else's body.
Wow.
Right? And so what happens is that you get this spirit possession thing going on over and over and over again, because these spirits think that they have to come back. It's the only way to experience life from now on. And it's quite sad, really, that a lot of the things that are going on earth, and a lot of the things going on in the first sphere, are the results of just teachings of error about what is really happening. And it's so important to correct error. And it's so important to address error whenever you get the opportunity. And just one statement of truth to a person can change their whole life. Just one statement of truth.
AJ, is it true that there's no power in the spirit world, but the power is here to make changes? Is that true?
The truth is that you have power everywhere to make changes. So there is you have just as much power here as you do in the spirit world, and the spirits have just as much power in the spirit world to change as we do here. And one of the really sad teachings of Christianity is that once you die, you're condemned or you're saved. Because the problem with that teaching is that it teaches you that you cannot get out of the condition that you're now in. So a lot of people pass into the spirit world believing that where they now are, they must stay for eternity. That is their torture, if you like. And it's such a damaging teaching. It just takes years and years and years of effort of spirits who are in a higher place to get through to that person that they do not have to stay in that place. It's just such a, you know, there are so many of these teachings that affect what happens in the person's life, their eternal life, for so long. There is so much pain going on in the first sphere of the spirit world right now that doesn't need to happen at all, because of these teachings that we're holding on to here on earth and then taking with us when we pass.